question is, why did you choose to not know a lot? Why was that your strategy? In retrospect, is it a good way of handling it? And um, a lot of the answers to that was previous, but I didn't want to know so I could just fight it. I do still think it was a good way of handling it. I still don't know that much, so I think it was a good thing. How are you handling not being by your friends? How much of an effect is it having on you? This is the one that's really affecting me. Like, I almost wanted to slam my hand on the table and start hitting it, but that would be so loud in the video. I am really not enjoying it. Not at all. Like, I thought that I would be spending a lot more friend time, because that's another thing that I have prioritized. Like, how has my priorities changed? Like, I really want to spend a lot more friend time. Like, I don't want to be the person that says no to outings. Like, I want to spend more time around the people that support me and that love me and that have really been like someone that I could lean on through this, even if I don't say much to them or accept much in their ways of generosity. Like, that has been something that I've also prioritized, and it's really bumming me out that I can't spend time with my friends. Like, when I was first diagnosed and first decided that I would be doing my treatment here and not at home, like, all of my friends were like, oh, we'll visit. Like, me and my mom bought a calendar and we started scheduling when people said that they were gonna come, and like at least 4 people had already committed, and that was kind of making me happy, and I was ready to use my friends to get through this. Like, I know that they would brighten my day and make me happy, but no one's been able to visit me because of that coronavirus. So it is having a pretty big effect on me, especially because like me and my mom are the only people that are in the house. She's the only person I spend time with. Like, we are spending 24 hours a day together. And like, now I go to chemo by myself. And like, I don't even really talk to my friends much because I feel like, what is there to say? Like, we all going through some pretty shitty circumstances right now. So it's that's really having a big effect on me. Like, I'm not liking it at all. Like, I even brought games and stuff that my friends were playing when they came to visit me, and like, so far only Kimberly came to visit me because she visited before the coronavirus really hit. So it's trash. I'm not liking it at all. Next one is, has your feelings toward what happened to you been affected by the coronavirus? How do you feel knowing that the world is also going through turmoil, because misery loves company, but more specifically, misery loves miserable company? So do you feel solidarity with people because more people can empathize with the struggles you face because they are home too, and also being exposed to a lot of sickness and death? I'm gonna keep it real as can be. Yes. When coronavirus started locking things down, I was honestly kind of happy. Like, oh, my life is on hold, but so is the rest of the world. It's a crappy thing to say, but it's how I felt. It's how I feel. Like, I was glad that everybody else was home with me, because that had been something that I was honestly struggling with at the beginning, because I felt like I was about to lose a whole year of my life to treatment because I'm not working. I'm not even home. Like, now my friends can't come and see me. Like, literally, I am just living this weird life of doctor home, doctor home, doctor home. And I'm living with my mom, who I haven't lived with in 3 or 4 years. Like, so when everyone else started to have to stay home, I was glad. It's the truth. I was glad. But now, as it gets longer and longer, it's like, it's trash for all of us. But at least I'm home because I can't go nowhere because I'm on chemo. They home because they don't want to get coronavirus. It is what it is. Next question is, other than children, what effect has this had on the rest of your life? What might have or will change because of this? I think the main thing is like health and worrying about insurance and stuff like that is the biggest change that it's gonna have on the rest of my life. I think also that, it's gonna have a change on dating for the rest of my life, because I kind of used to tell people I wasn't really interested in having children on early dates, but now I feel like this is also gonna be a topic of early dates. Like, oh, just in case you're wondering, I had the breast cancer, and it's a possibility I can conceive naturally, but don't worry, the kids are in the freezer, you know. So like that is something that I think I'll have to think about. And people like, oh, you don't want a shallow husband anyway, and it's like, it has nothing to do with shallow or not shallow husband. Like, I just did not want to have this to be a topic of discussion while dating. That's just it. Also children, like she mentioned, what effect is that gonna have? Like, it's a possibility that chemo could fry everything down there. So having kids naturally may not be a possibility for me. I mean, just as well as it could. My doctor said that she's had people in my age group that have went on to have natural births, natural conception, all of that. But you know, my kids are in the freezer just in case. My eggs, because I ain't with nobody to make kids. But yeah, the eggs are in the freezer. Um, and then, like I said, insurance, like for the rest of my life now, I will always want to be covered with health insurance. So I always gotta focus on that because, you know, even though I don't think it's gonna come back, like I have to be more on top of my health now than the regular person because I would have been a survivor, will be a survivor. So, you know, that's gonna be a part of my medical history now. So that's it. Um, Next question is what has not been affected since cancer does affect a lot, or what has it affected in a good way rather than a bad way? Um, I don't know. Like I said, I think that, you know, in a good way, you find out who really right for you. And to me, that was everyone that was really in my life. Like, I haven't felt the need to cut nobody off. Like, people usually say sometimes they find that like friends drift, like, or they have to like let go of friends because the friend wasn't checking on them or nothing like that. I feel like that really hasn't changed, or I guess changed in a good way. Like, my friends, they be checking on me as much as their mental capacity will allow, and that's all it. Like, nothing. I don't know. I think that maybe I'm in denial. But I just been going through life as regular as I can because everything else pretty much is affected. The next question is, are you excited to have your hair grow in? Are you going to keep it short or grow it long? And has this affected your relationship with your hair? Okay, so I'll do it piece by piece. Am I excited to have my hair grow back in? Yes. Like, I'm sorry. Nobody want to be a baldy going around with a baby peach fuzz head. So, yes, I am excited for it to grow back in, but I know it's going to take some time, especially since I still have quite a few treatments to go. Um, are you going to keep it short or long? I'm not sure yet. I had cut it short before I started treatment in preparation, and I actually think I might keep it short for a little bit first before I grow it back long. And has it affected my relationship with my hair? Not really. I think because I'm a, you know, at the time, 7 year strong naturalista, like to me it was just hair. Like, I've dyed it, fried it, chopped it off, did whatever. And to me it was always just hair. So like a lot of people, I think when I first started treatment would be like, oh, you know, your hair's gonna fall out. Are you scared? And I was like, it's just hair. And I still feel like that, like it's just hair. My bald head looks fine even though I don't really wear it out. When the hair grow back, it grow back. Until then, I've ordered a couple wigs and we just gonna keep it moving. Um, so I have two more questions, but I'm gonna mix up the order because I want to leave the last one for last. So I'll go this one next. How or if my daily life has changed when it comes to the products I use, toiletries, cosmetics, food, supplements, etc. Okay, so not really, but yes. It's like, yes, but not out of necessity. So when it comes to the products I use, like toiletries, I have switched to pretty much all Aveeno products only because I was having a really bad flare at the beginning of treatment because, like I said, one nipple was leaking and that was eczema. So I have switched to all Aveeno products, especially eczema products. So I'll show you what I use. I kept them on my table for this question. I use this one here, the eczema therapy cream, and then I also have this eczema therapy squeeze lotion that I use. Also, the soap that I bathe with now is not eczema, is Aveeno soap. I think it's an eczema therapy one, I'm not really sure, but I use whichever Aveeno I could find in the store at the time, but I've switched to pretty much all Aveeno products because they are good with the eczema. And my doctor also said to like switch my products up to see what was affecting the eczema. But I also think that the cancer was causing it to flare a lot. So yeah, since I've started treatment and also switched over to the Vita products, like it doesn't leak anymore, and like all the eczema patches that I have in my body, they're gone. I also switched back to Aveeno face wash and Aveeno moisturizer. I had used them in the past before, but then like I was trying new products, but I let those go. I switched back to Aveeno, pretty much everything for my whole body. Um, I also now use sunscreen a lot more often. Before I just really used them if I was going like on a long beach pool day, carnival, stuff like that. But now pretty much whenever I have to leave the house, I put on sunscreen, face and body, because like you really have to protect your skin while you're going through chemo. I haven't changed my makeup at all. I use the same stuff. It's not bothering me. Food, they suggest that you get organic whenever you can, but me and my mom, like, we still be eating pretty regular. The only thing that I will say that I've cut back on beef and pork because they say that they are harder to digest. So like as you're going through treatment, you shouldn't eat them as much to avoid like nauseous feelings and stuff like that. So I've cut back on them a lot. Um, and I try to have like a fruit with every meal. I always have a vegetable with every meal, but now I also try to have a fruit with every meal too. But that's pretty much it. My food has stayed about the same. I also can't have spicy, and like you have to be careful eating out. So my mom cooks everything that I eat, but it hasn't really been any major changes. I pretty much eat the same that I always used to eat, besides like whatever dietary restrictions they give. And then supplements, I actually never used to take any supplements. Like I used to take a multi and a hair, skin, and nails, but once it started making me nauseous, I stopped. But now that I've been on the chemo for a while, some of my iron and potassium levels have gone down. So they suggested that I take like a prenatal multi. So I take this Vitafusion prenatal. Um, and it's just like a gummy because I suck at swallowing pills. I take this every morning. And that is it. Oh, also toiletries. Once I found out that it really was breast cancer, I switched from regular deodorant to natural. So I like this one. It's the Native Coconut Vanilla. I will say, like, when I first switched to it, I felt like I was funky. But after your body adjusts and stuff, like, you good. Like, it's fine for me. Like, I don't smell myself no more. And we just been rocking. So that's it. But like I said, a lot of the changes have been mostly self-mandated and to fight the eczema than really doctor mandated. Like besides the sunscreen and keeping myself moisturized, which I did before anyway. So the last question is, what would you say to persons in your age group about looking after their health and how they feel about their mortality? So I'll tackle the mortality piece first. Personally, I have still to this point not really struggled with my mortality or felt like there was some impending doom on my mortality or anything like that. I feel like I'm gonna get through this and we can keep living for as long as I'm about to live. Like, I don't feel this sense of impending doom or anything like that. I just feel like this is a part of my life that I have to get through. And once I'm through it, like everything's gonna continue the way it's supposed to, pretty much. But what I would say to people in my age group about looking after your health, like one thing for me is that health insurance is super important. Like I could not imagine going through this without health insurance, because like I would have to stay home and do my treatment there even after having like these bad experiences. So stuff like that, like it gives you the freedom of choice in a way. um so that is really important, and that's why like one thing about the timing of it all, like I was finally in a job that gave it automatically. and I'd been there long enough where even if I was to leave the job, though I don't plan to, like even if I was to leave the job, like I had been there long enough that I could continue to keep the insurance once I leave. I would just have to be responsible for it financially myself. So like that is super important. Like even if you don't get life insurance because you don't have no assets or no kids or nothing like that, health insurance is necessary. That's number one. The next thing I would say is, like I said, know your body and know what's not normal. If you feel something that isn't normal, don't wait around, go. Like me, even though I didn't go because like they had said, oh, it's a cyst, don't worry about it, it's nothing to worry about. And I took longer to go the second time. Like in hindsight, I would have gone earlier. But like I said, everything happened to me in the perfect timing for me and my life to handle it. But the advice I would give to people in my age group, like if you feel something that doesn't feel like what your body normally feels like, check it out. It could be something just as well as it could be nothing, but you'll never know unless you go. And like you don't want you taking long to cause you to end up more sick. So check things out as soon as you can. The next thing I would say is like don't feel like because you're young stuff can't happen to you. Like even the doctors kept telling me like, oh, you're 28, don't worry about it, you're 28, don't worry about it. But I started to feel like, you know what, I should be worrying about it, which is why like, you know, me and my family went and got a second opinion. But like if I had listened to doctors kept telling me, oh, you're 28, don't worry about it, like I could be really, 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 really sick now. So, you know, don't let your age determine what you seek healthcare out for. That is one thing that I would really say. So, whew, that's it. That is all of the questions. If there's anything else that you want to know about my journey or about anything that wasn't asked in this video, ask below. Like, I am trying to be an open book, even though I don't know how open I am really willing to be yet. But I know that being open about this could really be positive for other people. It could also help other people. You know, it could help someone who might be feeling a little lump decide to check it out, or it could help someone who's going through it see like, you know, someone else is going through it like me and they don't look like beat down or sick as hell. Like they just doing what they gotta do. So I know that this is gonna be important for someone, even if it's just one person. So I know that it's up to me to really be open and honest about everything that's going on with me, even if I do it in my time. So, you know, feel free, don't feel scared. Just ask what you feel that you want to know. Even if you just do not have nosiness, you know, your nosiness could help someone else, even if it don't really help you besides satisfying your curiosity. So that is it. You know, stay tuned for whatever else I'm going to share. I don't know if it's going to be more vlogs, more story times, or more like Q&A type things, but you know, there's still a lot more that I could let out there. So, you know, please come back whenever you see another video, and thank you for watching.